Hi, this is Lucille Duss with Auto Racing One. We're here with Chris Simmons, who is the lead engineer for Chip Ganassi Racing. He's going to talk to us about the switch from the Chevy to the Honda for this year and let us know how they've gotten around that package. Chris, welcome.
Thank you.
We know that Scott's second in the championship points, so switching from the Chevy to the Honda seemed pretty seamless for your team. Can you give us some insight into how that happened?
I'm glad we made it look easy and seamless. It was a big job. There's a lot of work switching aero kits, a lot of little changes on the body work that you don't necessarily see in person, but all the body fit work that you do to make everything super smooth and slick and perfect. The Chevy parts of that have to come off, and you have to redo it all for the Honda. It takes the guys in the shop about almost 2 weeks to do a proper body fit on the car. So we have 6 chassis that come to the racetrack with us every weekend. That's a long time through the winter just to do the body fit, not to mention get the stuff pre-fit to begin with, and then you get the oval kit and the road course speedway short oval kit, different side pods, different pieces. So it's a lot of time invested.
Was there a big difference between learning? Could you use some of the old data from the Honda from 3-4 years ago?
Not really. I mean, some of the engine characteristics were similar as far as throttle response and boost response and things like that. So it was familiar to our drivers in that respect. The ones that had driven the Honda before. So that was good for them, and it's good on the throttle response and things like that, performance-wise. But other than that, a lot of change in a few years. So a lot of learning going on.
So you couldn't use the old stuff. Well, sometimes Scott says that his Honda package is up to 400 less pounds of downforce than the Chevy was. How did you guys compensate for that?
We've had to alter the way we run the car, particularly on road courses and short ovals. It's a lot more. We have to work really hard to keep the ride heights as low as possible so we can minimize that deficit. So it's been a big change in setup philosophy in a lot of different areas on the car. Third springs, dampers, springs, even geometries on the car, roll centers and things like that have been a little different for us this year.
So you feel your team has done a good job closing that gap between the Honda and the Chevy?
I do, yeah. I think we've done a good job, and if we had another year with the kid, I'm sure we'd find some more gains. But I think we did a good job optimizing what we had, and we've got a good shot of racing for the championship this weekend in Sonoma.
What are your feelings for the unified kit next year and the changes? Have you had any kind of input from anything?
A little bit. We helped out with some of the testing they did at Mid-Ohio. Tony did, and I think it was Jared Hildebrand in the other car at Mid-Ohio last year, so we had a little bit of input there. I think they've come at it from the right approach. They want to make the racing better, make it so the drivers can drive the cars and can drive them closer together and have some real passing again. So without all the dirty air ruining the downforce. So I think I'm sure there'll be some refinements that have to come, but I think they've come at it from the right direction and are doing their homework as best they can to come out with a good product right from the start.
Okay, we understand you're going to do some of the manufacturing testing with the new car?
Yeah.
Is that going to be just one driver, 2 drivers, or?
At this point, I don't know the whole testing schedule, but at this point, Scott will be doing the first couple tests for our team, and we'll be guiding one of the 2 Honda cars. As far as I know, Schmidt Peterson will be running the other car for at least those first couple of tests, and I believe Hinch is slated to drive, but I'm not for sure about that. That's up to them, I guess.
Sometime in October?
First test we'll be doing will be September 26th at Sebring, so pretty hot and heavy right after the season's over here.
Yeah, that's like 2
weeks. A lot
weeks.
of work to do, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you this weekend on the championship and on the race. We'll get that car up in the front and see what we can do.
That's our plan.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.